Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Hosted by mediums Cheryl Murphy and Kelley Eckhart.
Well, we have a new co-host tonight, Miss Daisy. I just want to welcome everyone to the show. First off, you're watching Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. My name is Cheryl Murphy. I always want to say hello to Kelley Eckhart. And who's your new co-host, Kelley?
This is my Daisy. She likes to work with me too.
And, you know, Daisy really organized this event tonight that we're going to be talking about because Daisy said, let me help you because I can help with this spiritual SOS, right?
Yes, she's the cure.
Yeah, she's definitely the cure.
Yeah.
So welcome, everyone. As you're coming on the show, please type in the comments section if it's your first time here. Say hello to Kelley, to Daisy, to myself, to our other co-host behind the scenes, Brianna. Everyone, welcome to the show tonight. You are watching Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. We have a wonderful program for you tonight. It's called Spiritual SOS, how to restore and revitalize your spiritual practice, or really any type of practice, any type of occupation you have. But really restoring your spirit, right, Kelley, or restoring your soul, right? Giving yourself some soul TLC tonight.
Yeah, and sometimes we just feel a little lost, or we're like thinking, are we on the right path anymore? It doesn't feel like it's lining up anymore, things like that, right?
Right.
And especially around the holidays, we're getting into here to Halloween and Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then New Year's. So there's a lot. Like this time of the year, everything's just packed in so quickly. I think it's hard to kind of lose track of where we're going. You know?
It so is. And it can be overwhelming, and it can already be overwhelming. Like you said, even in the month of October, because here we go, we're going to be rolling into these new holidays. The energy is changing. We're moving into fall. We'll be into winter soon. So there is a lot going on. We had a beautiful eclipse the other day, that ring of fire eclipse. It was beautiful, right?
I couldn't see it. We had clouds.
Yeah. And then, so we have so much happening really even on our planet right now. And there's a lot of new ideas being born, a lot of people having spiritual awakenings is what I have found out. And so many more people realizing that their empaths are happening. Right.
Right. It's true. You know, I think that there's a lot happening right now that's difficult in the world, especially over in Israel too. And I know that a lot of people in our spiritual community, but also not just them, everybody is having a hard time. You know, everybody's very sad about this. And that can throw you off a little bit too, especially if you are watching the news constantly, if you have family over there. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of worry. And so I feel like we have some tips to kind of maybe not like get rid of it, but maybe like ways to kind of keep it under control, or to stay, stay grounded a little bit, right?
Right. How to decompress. And so for everyone on the call tonight, with your questions as well, and with your input, if you have any suggestions on how you restore and revigorate your own energy, we'd love to hear. So please type in the comment section. If you have any questions for us, or if you'd rather connect with us through email, send us an email at questions@seeingbeyondradio.com. And believe me, we do have a website. We'd love to get you on our mailing list. It's seeingbeyondradio.com, where we'll always have the replays of the shows. And also we have the replays on Kelley's YouTube channel, Medium Kelley, and also for me, Medium Cheryl. So you can always watch the replays on our live Facebook or YouTube channels. But we want to welcome you again. And for those of you just joining us, or who are new to our program, we are in season 3. So we have been doing this a few years now, and we've had some spectacular guests, you being one of them. We have great audience members. We love your input. So anything you want to add to the program, just write in the comments section. But this really does apply to all of us about how do you balance life, right? How do you balance life, Kelley? How do you balance all of this?
I mean, it's hard, and everybody's, we can't be comparing ourselves or looking at other people, But I mean, I think everybody's struggling right now. There's a lot going on, and I think even people who aren't sensitive are feeling this. I feel like it's a shift, that happens like starting in September, like going into the fall, where we just like we had this great year, and then like all of a sudden it feels like all the fun parts over, and now we're getting into all the crazy stuff, the holidays, right? And school
Yes.
and whatever it is.
Yeah,
And
the
then we've got a
school.
lot of, things happening in other countries that are upsetting, right? Not just
Mhm,
Israel, there's other places, right? I'm not going to go into
mhm,
all the politics. My thing is that when I get like this, and I have a tendency to get obsessed with things that are happening on the news or around the world.
mhm,
I just have
mhm,
to disconnect from the news, first of all.
mhm,
And then
mhm.
I have dogs. I have 3 dogs and 4 cats, and that's really my thing. I can't survive without an animal in the house. If I don't have somebody to snuggle with or love with during the day, I mean, they go everywhere with us. I don't know if I can make it through the day. This is my security blanket right here. And getting out
Absolutely.
and fresh air, right? I need fresh
Yeah.
air.
Fresh
Yeah.
air, and animals are therapy. They're friends. They are so highly intuitive that they are only unconditional love. And so for anyone that has pets, I mean, really, I'm sure a lot of people have pets that keep them grounded, keep them centered. So your furry animals or whatever type of animal you have, always think about that. Using them when you're feeling anxious or asking them to be with you, go for a walk with them. They will they will show you, right, Kelly, how you're feeling. They kind of
They
will
do.
remind you, "Hey, stay in the present moment. Don't go anywhere."
You see she's looking off?
Yes.
Spirit's with me right now.
Oh, I love it.
She sees my son. I feel him.
Oh my gosh, that's
And she
beautiful.
just stares right at him.
Uh-huh, that's beautiful.
I feel him. I felt
Yeah.
him pop in.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment and say hi to some of our listeners, Kelly.
Okay.
We
Hi,
have
everybody.
Priscilla. That's Daisy. Daisy's our 3rd co-host tonight.
Yes.
We have Shell, we have Melissa, we have Suzanne. Hi, everyone.
And
We
Deborah
have
Nichols is new. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, hi, Deborah.
Yeah.
And, just to type in what Deborah mentioned, she is just saying she has felt really disconnected from spirit with all the chaos in the world, right, Deborah? Well, we are here to remind you that yes, you are a spiritual being and there's always a time and place for things. So if you need to tune out or turn off any of the news just, for a while you kind of gather yourself again. I know for myself, Kelly, I do more meditation during this time of year. I have a tendency to just go more inward or have more quiet time to
Mhm.
myself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't wanna go anywhere or be around people.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's not always good, then I live at home with, like, 2
Mhm.
men.
Yeah.
So, I like to go outside, and that's kind of like my spiritual time, right? I like to go sit outside and just breathe in the fresh air and look at the sky or just feel the sun. Even if it's just for like 10 minutes, it's like a regrouping of my mind
Mhm.
because, sometimes I don't know if anybody's like me. I get obsessed with work and I will just be in here and it's not just mediumship I'm doing. I'm also working on my website. I'm working on,
Mhm.
we're going to New York. Like there's all these things that I'm helping my husband and all of that too and helping the company and like because we have a big company, so I'm always doing something from like the minute I wake up until I go to bed, it feels like. And so it's really nice to get up and leave and go outside and get fresh air with
Oh,
the
yeah.
doggies.
Well, that you're leading me into that topic of breathing and deep breathing, right? We all just if everyone wants to take a deep breath right now, all the way down to your belly, and let that belly expand and then exhale and relax. And I'm telling you, just that alone feels great. If you do that and remind yourself to do that, a few times during the day, it's really going to help you be grounded, be more present, be more centered, really fill you up with the energy that you need, the good energy, the good stuff, right? Because we can take on energy from everywhere, but don't you want to take in the highest energy possible or the
Yeah.
highest energy available to you? That would be like through animals, taking a hike in nature, right? practice grounding, do some gardening,
Right?
right? Connect with friends that, really have some meaningful conversations. That's
Or you
very
can
healthy.
laugh with. Laughing is really good.
Laughing
Somebody
is
that
so.
makes you smile and laugh.
Mhm, mhm.
Today I went out back. I have a squirrel bar hung on
You
the
have a
fence.
squirrel bar?
It's a squirrel bar. Yeah, you put all their, peanuts in there, and then
Uh-huh.
I have my husband screwed 2 big screws in there, and I put corn on the cob on there for them.
Oh.
And, they were out this morning, and I was visiting one of them, and I was trying to get a video, and he saw me, and I swear he yelled at me and ran
Oh.
off. But then I was out there again, and this beautiful blue jay was coming and stealing the peanuts too.
Oh.
And so I knew it's not just the squirrels I'm feeding. But anyways, I got yelled at by a squirrel today, but it made me laugh.
Yeah, it did make you laugh. Laughing, as they say, it opens thousands of doors, right? Laughing is truly the best way to, really kinda lighten up, right? We need to all be a little bit lighter about how serious we are all maybe over sometimes, right? We can really get just so serious that we need to step back and realize there's times to be serious during the day or during our life, and then times where we need to exhale, right? We need
Yeah,
to exhale. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's hard, to like, I get it. Like sometimes you can get stuck
Mhm,
and you feel like, oh, there's nothing is gonna make me feel better.
mhm,
But it's at those times where I feel like you have to have, like, the willpower to kinda say, "No, that's not true," and kind of say, "Okay, I need to get out of this, like, wherever I'm at right now, I need to go out and get some fresh air and breathe and
mhm,
regroup." That's what we call
mhm.
it, my husband and I, like, we're gonna go regroup and
Yeah.
come up with a new plan because 'cause we're feeling, distraught or
Mhm,
stressed out, right? But it
mhm,
really does work. Breathing is important. I love meditation. Sometimes, though, you're someplace where you can't just meditate, right? So that's why I feel like outside and breathing and fresh air, you can do that anywhere. If you're at work, you can take a break. You're allowed breaks. They can't tell you no, right? So, I mean, these are things that will help in the moment. Yeah.
when you mention that, I wanna say asking for help too from your guides and angels. Like, we
Yeah.
have a whole support team where, look, if you can't handle something or you find something just too burdensome, it is about knowing that there is help. You do have a support team, you have angels, you have guides. You once again, call friends because really just hearing somebody else's voice can be calming. Getting things off your chest can be helpful, but really understanding that it's a very important time that we're all here in this world. This is a very historical, important healing time that's happening, and everyone's energy is important. So it's good if you can be positive, not to ignore your life or not to address the things that are bothering you. Of course, you want to do that. But when you can, remind yourself, look, you are a spiritual being having that human experience. So you're a spiritual being first, right? How do you calm your spirit? How do you bring joy to the spirit? How lucky are we to have these conversations, Kelley, and just to meet with everyone every Wednesday evening? I mean, this is for me having that gratitude for all of you. This is kind of how I center, how I, try to give back, which, makes me just so delighted, right?
Right? Yes. And I just want to mention here, Stephanie's going to come visit us at the
Hi,
expo.
Stephanie.
We will be there
Oh,
not this weekend, but next weekend we will be there.
oh my gosh, it's getting
Yeah,
close.
I
Let's talk
know.
about the expo,
I'm
Kelley.
super, super excited. I mean, I feel like today I was working on so much for the expo, right?
Yep.
Getting all of our flyers and everything together and ordered. Very excited. And so we will be at the New Life Expo in Brooklyn, New York. What was it called again? Where it's at?
It's at the BK Loft.
Yeah, the BK Loft. And we will be there for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're very excited. If you're in New York or the East Coast area and you want to come to the New Life Expo, we will be there. Come check us out. And we are doing readings. So
Yep.
if you want, you can book on our websites now, I believe, or you could book there when you show up
Right.
and see if there's an appointment available.
Right,
So
right. So
check them
stop
out.
by our booth. Yep, we'll be at booth 104.
Yes.
We'd love to see you there. We're both giving a talk, I believe the same day too, on the
Yeah,
Saturday.
different times, so we get to
Yeah.
see each other talk.
Yeah. So yours is at 11 a.m., I think, and mine's at
Yeah.
1 p.m.
Is mine
Uh,
that early? Oh,
I
man, I'm not a morning person.
so,
I didn't
no
know it was so
trading.
early.
I think so. I think so, Kelley. And but really, come join us. I mean, this is the New Life Expo in Brooklyn. It's the 35th anniversary. They have this every year. They've been doing this 35 years.
35 years, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's really
And
hard to believe.
yeah. So really, come by and join us. We'd love to meet you in person if we haven't yet, and really just share more about what we're all about.
Yeah, we'd love to. And I know a lot of people in here are asking questions and wanting readings, and we will get to that. We usually get to that part that at the second half of the show around 7:30. We'll start
Okay.
answering questions from the comments,
Mhm.
unless you want to ask a question about our subject tonight, which is, what do we do
Right.
for our spiritual, feeling
Yeah.
lost or stuck? What do you guys do? And we're
Yeah.
going to share what we do. But if you have some tips or tricks that work for you, post them in the comments and we'll share them. We love to hear other people's, because we don't know everything. We're always learning. And that's what I love about the show, is that we're going to teach you what we know. We're going to bring on people that are going to teach you more stuff, and we're learning with them along with you. And you might have something that you could share in the comment that we learned from, right?
Right. So tonight's topic is about spiritual SOS. Like, what do you do to restore and revitalize yourself? Right? How do you get out of burnout, so to speak? Right? What do you do to stay grounded, or do you even practice grounding? And what is grounding? So, just briefly, grounding is connecting to Mother Earth, and we really need to connect with Mother Earth energy. So, anytime you're feeling off or low energy, once again, drink water, breathe, ground yourself, go outside, get some sunshine. When you have sunshine, get yourself connecting with nature, with Mother Nature.
Or you could eat
So
chocolate, Cheryl. You could
eat
eat chocolate.
chocolate. Yes, we always have a stash of chocolate, don't we, Kelley? We always have the backup of chocolate. That's so true. Whatever works, right? Whatever works.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it is about loving yourself and knowing that during hard times, you can still kind of be that anchor for yourself and for other people. And sure, Kelley, we're going to get knocked around. We're going to get unnerved sometimes and
Yeah.
tired or not sleeping. I mean, it's all good, but always remember, when you can, you want to create habits, right? Create good
Yeah,
habits for yourself. Yep. That's way
exactly.
when a crisis or something happens, it might throw you off. Maybe it won't throw you off as much, or maybe it won't throw you off at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, life can be, or is,
Yeah.
very difficult, but at the same time, it's also the most amazing place to be in this
Mhm,
world. And
mhm.
I think finding gratitude in just the smallest things can also kind of help shift your mindset and get you in a better state of mind and get you back on track. I like to, when I'm feeling hard or down or frustrated, I like to start saying, okay, well, I'm really proud of this, or I'm really grateful for this, or I have all of these things. How could I complain? Like, these are, I got to let that go. It's a moment. It's not
Mhm,
forever.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, gratitude about. I mean, you know what's happening, Kelley? I guess what's happening. I guess if I did not bring it down to a nutshell, is I believe probably more now than ever, we're looking to gratitude to help us. We're really appreciating the small things because of all that's happening in the world, right? We are.
So,
Maybe that's what we're learning, right? We're learning to appreciate those moments, or what we have for today.
right?
Maybe what's happening in the world, helps us realize that,
We're
by
so
staying
lucky.
centered. Yep. Go ahead, Kel. Yeah.
We're so lucky. It's not
Yeah.
happening here. I mean, we're so blessed,
Hmm.
but it's also at the same time so, hard.
Hmm. And asking ourselves how we can be of service. This is another way. If you're feeling burned out, or trying to create a balance in your life, if you don't already, try to find a way to be of service, whether you donate to a charity, whether you spend time helping someone out with their problems, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right, Kelley, being
Yeah.
there and volunteering even.
Yeah. I mean, I have a neighbor who has an autistic son, He's I think 10 now, and he's a handful. He doesn't communicate, and you know, she needs help, and so like we all kind of pull together and we come over and we help her. Like it's a lot of work, but it makes me feel good, and I've actually grown to love this child like he's my own. He's kind of like a community is helping her. It's a lot of work. And I think, if you have neighbors that need you or friends that need you, and you have the time or the willpower or the patience, then do it, because it does feel good to be of service to somebody who's in need of it when you
Yeah.
have that to offer.
Well said.
I love what Jose said. Sometimes I organize, declutter, and clean my room when I feel drained and tired. I do the same thing.
And I didn't used to do that, but I just started doing that. So I wanted to jump on this comment like, God, you're right. I do. It makes me feel so good. And right,
Mhm.
Kelley, it's just kind of
Mhm.
like gives my mind a break and just helps me organize for me or for myself, for my family. It really does serve that higher good, that higher purpose. So, yeah, definitely. Thank
Well,
you,
here's
Jose.
a long question in here from Elsie. I haven't been able to read it all. Um, I don't know if you want to read it. I can't see it because these glasses are not good ones.
Oh, I'll be happy to read it. It says,
Oh,
"Hello,
that's
beautiful."
better. Yeah.
Hello, beautiful ladies. Just came on. I am going to see brother stage 4 soon, still fighting but waning with not much time. Then going to see a sister-in-law just diagnosed with the same, who is with my oldest brother. So sad to see this, as she is a guardian angel. It was a shock to all of us, as she has saved my brother who was giving up on himself. She is so full of love and life. Stage 4 lung. Any words for her? She is so full of gratitude all the time. So I feel this will. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Elsie. I'm so
Elsie.
sorry that you're going
Yeah.
through that, but I'm so glad that you're there for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was her sister-in-law. Is that what
Uh,
she's?
thank you. Sorry, I put it back up here. Yes, sister-in-law.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I could say. I mean, that is like not something I can't even imagine going through because I've never been through it. Just we're sending her lots of love. And I know that she has a lot of loved ones in spirit that are surrounding her with so much love from the other side. So I do know that that might be something that's helping her, have the gratitude because she feels them close by. Definitely, they are like there with her always. I know that.
And prayers, Elsie, for your brother and also
Yeah.
for you because of what you're doing. I mean, this is what we do, right, Kelley? We try to look
Yeah.
out for others or,
Yeah.
for family. So she does. Yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
She does. It's really hard to know what to say to somebody when they're going through a difficult time like that
Mhm, mhm.
because we can't imagine what they're going through.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just unimaginable. And I mean, if I do imagine, I know it's the hardest thing in the world. And,
yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Oh,
thank you for putting it up there, and definitely, Elsie, I mean, you're in our prayers, and just
yeah.
knowing that you're voicing it to everyone, that's joining us this evening. I mean, it means so much that we can share, the love in our hearts, because it's as if we're calling in, healing, we're calling in prayers, for your family. So thank you, everyone who's hearing Elsie's, story tonight about her
Yeah.
family.
And thank you, Cindy, for being here to support us. We appreciate you so much.
Yes. And for everyone who comes through tonight, we love it that you or follow us. You follow us independently on mediumkelly.com or mediumcheryl.com. We both have our own events as evidential mediums and intuitives, but we love to come together for this program because we know that it helps, because we hear from you. We get all these emails,
I'm
so
so
many questions from you, right, Kelley? It's very touching. So we try to be here for you to share what we know from the spirit world, what our experiences have been, and to help you grow as a spiritually grounded individual in today's times, of course.
And here is a great question. I just feel like I need to answer
Okay.
or like tune into.
Okay.
Denise says, "Hi, ladies. I need some help with my adult daughter that moved home. She is 88 days clean, and we have had some really good days, but the bad days are wow. Please advise."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just want to say congratulations to her because
Mhm.
88 days clean is a real, like, something to celebrate.
Mhm.
My husband's on 17 years, so I know, and
Oh,
a lot of addiction in my family, so I'm totally familiar with this. And the mood swings are probably going to be, the first year. It's a lot to come off of whatever. I don't know if it was alcohol or drugs or a combination, but you have to remember when they're using, they're stunting their growth basically, and so she's having to feel everything now, and it can be very emotional for her. I do feel like she's on the right path. I do feel that she's going to figure things out, and I know that you've been very helpful with her, and you're very I want to say understanding with her. So I just want to say, be patient, but take care of you, Denise.
mm,
I think it's
mhm.
really important that you find an outlet or somebody to talk to that understands what you're going through. So maybe a support group like Al-Anon. But your daughter, she's going to be okay. This is not an easy road. 88 days is a long time, and she's doing really good. I know people are like, that's not a long time. It really is.
It
you know,
is.
and the first year is really difficult for getting sober.
Mhm.
She's doing her best, and I know she's
Mhm.
being guided by her guides. I know that the
Yeah.
angels are with her. I also feel like she's a grandmother who's watching over her and trying to help her on this journey from the other side. And I just want to say, take care of you, Denise, and know that she's doing what she needs to do, and you're doing all the right things. You're a good mom, okay? That's what I keep hearing from the universe for her and for you. Do you get anything, Cheryl?
I would just add to that and say, Denise, I just feel a really nutrition to be very important right now. So, whether you and your daughter together can really either look into or study nutrition and getting the most out of food, because I want to say, I want to calm down her nerves, so to speak, calm things down, because when they're great, they're great. And hopefully, when they're bad, like you said, they're really bad, but hopefully the bad gets less and less. But I felt with good nutrition and actually in replacing it with the good habits, like teaching her how to cook in a healthy way, like creating new habits, keeping her busy, so to speak, with something like this would be wonderful. And that she's a healer. I feel your daughter is an amazing
Yes.
healer.
And that's why all the emotions.
Mm,
And I just want to share my theory on
sure.
addiction, because I mean, this is based just on my own history with people with addiction around me in my life, all growing up, including my son. I've noticed a pattern that most everyone I've ever met that is a recovering addict, extremely intelligent, like so
Mhm,
intelligent,
mhm,
and they're all empathic, and they're super sensitive people. And I think that, when they're young, the world gets overwhelming, and that's how the drugs and the alcohol get started because they're trying to
mhm,
block it all out. And I
mhm.
think some of them are healers and they're empathic and they want to help and fix everybody. And that can be overwhelming. And so I think the alcohol and the drugs help them kind of numb everything and not feel so much in the world. And I think that the higher the IQ, the more sensitive they get, so
Mhm.
they have like a lot of sensory issues that maybe go undiagnosed because it's not something that you would like notice maybe. That's my theory.
No, it's very true. Yeah, the most severe addicts or some of the, like you said, some of the people with addictions are some of the most sensitive people
Yeah.
on this planet, and they're just having a difficult time. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think, knowing that your child's probably a healer, it wouldn't hurt to maybe the two of you try to take some like Reiki classes together, or maybe an intuition class or a meditation class. My husband, when getting sober, he said, he always teases, he said he got an A plus plus in meditation, but they taught him how to meditate in his rehab. But, he said that saved his life, learning to
yeah,
find that spiritual side because he's not religious.
yeah.
And even, well, he grew up with religion. It just wasn't his thing though, but he did
Mm.
buy into the spiritual part of it. And he really like it resonated with him. And so he made a practice of every morning to get up before everybody and go outside. He used to smoke cigarettes, so he'd have a cigarette. He doesn't anymore, thank goodness. And he would read his book, his AA book. He had this one that was 365 days that you would read, and it was like a passage or a saying from AA, right? But, he would read that and then he would say his gratitude for the day. And that's kind of, it wasn't meditation necessarily, but it was sort of his moment to set his tone for the day.
Yeah.
And he still does it.
His morning spiritual practice.
Yeah.
So we could ask everyone in the group, because we got to have your husband on the show, number one. I
I
mean,
would
you
love
guys,
to.
if you ever meet Paul, he's amazing and so
He'll
sweet.
entertain you.
Very funny. We want to ask everyone joining us tonight, what is your spiritual practice, or what is your morning spiritual practice? Do you wake up with gratitude? Do you wake up and, have your tea or coffee and go for a walk? Do you spend time with the sun in rising, and getting brighter? Or do you sleep in and say your prayers under your covers, so to speak? Like, what is your spiritual practice? Because share that with us. We'd love to hear from you. And then I definitely want to go into asking questions or doing readings in just a moment. But Kelley, should we talk about our events coming up? Should we?
Yeah, right now all of my events are kind of off the books because I'm
Okay.
moving. So I'm going to
Okay.
talk about my move real quick, and then I'll let you share your events.
Okay.
I'm in the Sacramento area, so anybody here who's from Sacramento, I found a space finally in East Sacramento. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful neighborhood. I'm so excited, right down the street from Sac State College. Nice little neighborhood. And my husband insists that we're opening a crystal store. So we will be opening up a crystal store, and we're going to call it Moxie Crystals. So I'm working on a logo, and I'm going to be sending out a newsletter asking everyone their opinion on the different logos that I have so far. But that's it. That's my big thing. And we're supposed to move in next month. I'm hoping to open up in December, and then I'll have more events then. But I feel like I can't plan any more events until this is all set out.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful, Kelley.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your crystal store in Huntington Beach that you used to have was tremendously successful
I
and
think so. Yeah.
gorgeous. It was so creative with the colors you used, and you had this beautiful wall of green ivy or green,
a plant wall.
plants.
Two
Plant
walls
wall. It
and
was
water
great.
fountain. I mean, I could really do a nice plant wall in this place because we have a lot of sunlight, but I probably won't because that plant wall was amazing. But oh my gosh, was it a lot of work?
A lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love all these people are sharing what they well, not all these people, a few people are sharing what they're doing in the mornings.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so thank you guys. These are great ideas. I like to sit in my bed and read the news for the first 30 minutes in bed before I actually get out of bed.
Okay,
It just
good.
sort of helps me wake up.
Good.
And then I kind of just sort of set my tone for the day after I read I don't read bad news, I just read happy news.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then and then I kind of just sort of like set my plan for the day and go make breakfast.
Oh, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
But
I
go ahead
am.
and share your events when you're
Okay, thank you. Well, I have an event coming up this Saturday, but it's already sold out. It's with Lori Albert. It's already sold out, but look, she and I will be getting another one underway. But I do have other events I'd like to share with you. I have a Circle of Love. It's a small group reading event happening November 17th, and I'd love to see you there. It's a small group of, limited to 8 people, so a small gathering where everyone gets a reading. We do mediumship and psychic readings, so we love that. It's such a great feeling when you finish that event. I always just, want to keep going. You want to keep moving through that and giving readings. But please join me. That's November 17th. And as many of you know, I have a healing prayer circle on Sundays. So please join my healing prayer circle every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then in November, I'm going to be doing a wonderful program with Kimberly Meredith. That's happening 11/11. So that's going to be special, right? I'll be with Kimberly. We'll be doing a lot of online healing and prayer, meditation, manifesting. It's by donation only. So look, if you would like to join us, it's a beautiful gathering. Yeah, thank you.
And I just did an event with her this past weekend, I believe. And we had a great time, and we had a nice group of people, and there was lots of healing, lots of readings. It was quite fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. And the money went to I believe, the Breast Cancer Foundation.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as I get it, I'm going to donate it.
Oh,
Yes.
it's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, let's just read what was those morning practices people were doing, and then let's jump into readings. But I love it. If I can just read a couple, I pray in bed mostly in the morning and check emails throughout the day and pray for people in need on our prayer line of
Oh,
about 23 ladies.
that's beautiful.
I love it. Thank
I
you.
love that.
Yeah. One more. I'll just read one more, and then if you see any, Kelley, you'd like to share. But
Yeah.
Denise says, I drink coffee on the porch and watch the sunrise and thank God for a brand new day. I love it too.
Oh.
I love sunrises and sunsets. I love all of it.
Yeah. Well, I'll just read 2 real quick. Suzanne
Okay.
O'Donnell says, I make a list of 10 things I am grateful for. It helps
Mm,
when I remember to do it. I think that's what she's saying for the morning routine, but either way, I think it'd be great as a morning routine or anything throughout
anything.
the day. Yeah. And then I've been using, Marcy Frank says, I've been using the hot tub and going swimming. It's my time for being grateful. I love that. I'm
Oh,
down with that. That sounds good to me. I need to buy a hot tub though.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
These are great. Learning about crystal healing. We love you guys sharing your morning spiritual practices. And I think your talk about addiction tonight, Kelley, was really important. So I just wanted,
Oh,
say kudos to you for sharing that because it really did help out a lot of people as we know, we have life is hard, and having conversations like this, it brings
mhm.
more light to the situation, reminding people that they're not alone.
Yeah.
Whatever we can do to help, we will. But there are lots of organizations out there to help people. And thank
Yeah.
you, Denise, for sharing your story as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Denise. And I'm sending love to you and to your daughter. Lots of prayers for you guys. I know that she's going to be good.
All
Yes.
right. May I start our first question reading? Because I've been reading this. So, if I may, I'd love to read you a question, guys. It came in through our email. So,
Yes.
thank you, Brianna, for posting it. It's about guides and spirit guides. I think everyone will enjoy this question. It says, so Kelley and Cheryl, how can you be sure that your angels and spirit guides are working in your life? I pray to them for guidance, but I don't always feel them. So, how can
I
we?
think that's a good question, Cheryl.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was very close to my guides. I would say that I was half here and half in the spirit world. I was kind of in my own world. And I knew all my guides, but I thought they were angels. I didn't know the word guide as a child. So they were always my angels because they were always dressed in white. But
Mm,
as I became an adult and started developing, I really don't see them so much anymore. I just know they're there and I feel them.
mhm.
Um, but I think in the beginning, I was like confused, thinking, are these guides or angels? It took me a minute to figure out that was really my guides, not my it was guides and angels. But
Mhm,
now when I started developing, what I do is I ask for signs. I ask for proof.
mhm.
So, put them to work. Here's
That's
another test you can do. I was on a retreat with a bunch of other mediums, and the girl that I got roomed with snores really bad, and she'd been drinking,
that
so
was not me, by the way. Okay, just to
no,
make
not her. I snore really bad, and this girl was snoring really bad. I couldn't even snore. She was
Okay.
snoring. So I was like, okay, if you guides are real, my guides need to talk to her guides, and we need to quiet that girl up because I need some sleep. And
Uh,
literally, like 30 seconds later, the snoring just stopped, and it was
it
dead
is
quiet.
so true.
It worked. So I asked them to do that once to my husband, and it worked. So I say, do little tests like that to prove to yourself it works. Ask them for some proof. Ask them to help you with something. Ask for their guidance and see what happens.
So,
Even
Maria,
listen to music, right?
what
Afterwards. Sometimes
wait, what
after you ask for a question, sometimes or ask for their guidance, a song might come on the radio that answers everything.
oh, right, a song on the radio. So, Maria, ask your question. Ask your guides and angels to show themselves, to maybe give you a name or give you a word, just connect with you in some way. And then what usually happens is hopefully 1 to 3 days later, you're going to get it. You're going to get the answer. But I'm telling you, you're going to get the answer right away, because that's how fast things are manifesting. You will hear it most likely the same day. I think what happens a lot is we forget we asked the question. And so we hear on the radio that makes sense to us, but then we forgot. Maybe you'll remember later, oh, yeah, I did ask them for a sign. So always remember that, you're putting it out there. You're open to anything.
Yeah.
Ask them to let it be gentle and fun and loving and big, and to where it gets your attention, to where it could be from no one else, where it could be from no
Mhm.
other, right? And play, and they love to play, and they love jobs. Yes, put them to work, give them a job. Help me with this. Help, give me support here.
Yeah.
Like, ask them. They are your friends. They are a partnership. So please ask them. They are here for you.
Yes. And we have a new person that's visiting us tonight, and I just love it. I'm new here. I don't really understand, but interested. That's awesome. Thank you, Cindy. That's honest. And I think, keep listening, and hopefully something we say resonates, and we help you on your journey, hopefully, or something.
I know when I can't sleep at night, I ask my angels to help me fall asleep, and I feel as if a beautiful blanket just kind of energy comes over me, and I just feel like, right, a little
Right?
soothed there.
So
Yeah.
that's nice. I
It's nice.
know I've called upon my angels all my life when I'm having struggles uh, sleeping or having too scary of dreams. When I was a kid, I had a lot of scary dreams, right? I think a lot of medium children do. And so I would always just ask them to come stand by and protect me, and they would.
Oh, that's nice. Yes, ask for protection. Ask, like we said, and so look, and also numbers. I know signs, number signs, Maria, because just to let you know, like
Yeah.
numbers do mean something. 1111, 333. Yes, hearts and water. I love it.
Yes. And Elsie said something quite nice, and I think we should make a point of talking about, is angel and a guide different? I always found my signs felt like angels, which to me would be the same meaning. You know, this is a great question, because I think in our own spiritual community, there's a lot of debate on this. And I'm just going to say my opinion. My opinion is that I feel that they are similar. They are the same, but there is a difference. But I would still say they're on the same energy level. They're on the same plane to me. So, and I don't know if that makes sense, but I see things in energetic levels. So I like to visualize when I'm connecting with spirit, walking upstairs to their level. And I used to go right to the angelic realm. So I had to teach myself to come down a step to talk to spirits. So to me, the angelic realm and the guides are the same place for me. So I'm gonna say they're close to the same. How's that? What about you, Cheryl?
I agree. I mean, I do feel guides and energy and angels to have a little bit of a different energy vibe.
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of a vibe, but I kind of do say angels and guides in the same breath or the same sentence, because I put them in the same umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel guides are a little bit different than angels,
A
and
little bit, yeah.
yeah, they both. I mean, I ask all of them for help. Really, I
Mm-hmm.
ask all of them for help, and
I do too.
I do know the names of some of my guides and some of my angels, and I get new ones that come to me in my meditation. And I know that you will too if you ask for
Mm-hmm.
that. Like if you want to meet your guides or learn more about them, ask them to come in your dreams, your meditation. Like we said, over the radio, give me a sign using numbers, but you will develop that relationship, that family feeling, to where it may be the same for you or a little bit different. But that was a great question too.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
love that question, because that was one of the things I struggled with when I first started developing, because I just, they were all the same to me as a kid, and so they were angels, right? Yeah. Well, thank you, Elsie. Your guide could be, if I believe your guide could be family members. My dad's a guide, and he's really been such a strong guide for me in the beginning of my development. Like he was pushing me out of bed in the middle of the night, telling me to develop. And I was ignoring him, and my dad would get very loud. He's in spirit, right? He would yell, Kelley, get up. Go look at this or go do this. And he's a big part of why I got on my spiritual journey. So
Ah,
yeah. And
nice.
he's a big part of my journey of helping me understand guides and angels and all of that. So
Oh, I
yes,
love
our
it.
family members can be.
I love it. And
Yeah.
Suzanne writes, I always ask the angels to answer a question in a song, and then I turn on the radio on. I've done it with friends, and it works. So, Suzanne, that is a great reminder, a great tip. So,
It
Maria
works.
and everyone, yes, we ought to just all do that tomorrow. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna ask my guides and turn on the radio. I think it's so much fun. And look, the more humor we have and lightheartedness about this, and take it easy on yourself and not put pressure on yourselves to why isn't it working for you or happening for you. It's about being easy about all of it, because it does really kind of happen when you least expect it, right? It's like, wow, what was that?
Yeah. Where is this one right here? Another great question. I always Oh no, that's not the
Oh,
question. Where'd it
sorry.
go? This one. Wait, I just saw it. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. There we go. Would my guide be my paternal grandmother who I never met? Yes. So as a child, my main angel, I called her, was my great grandmother who I never met at all. She died when my mom was like 15. And I just remember talking to her. She was like always with me since birth. And at about 3 years old, I saw a picture of her at my grandmother's house. And they said, "Oh, you have a picture of my angel." I'm a 3-year-old, right? Oh man, did I hear from her? Because there's like, you don't know what you're talking about. That's not, you don't see, she's died. Like, they freaked out on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
I,
do.
I have I have someone, a relative I've never met, and she is a guide for me. And I'm telling you, I met her in a dream. And ever since then, she has been with me stronger and I've never knew her in the living,
That's
but it's beautiful. So absolutely a relative that you've never met before, so to speak. Absolutely. If you are tuned in, intuitive, ask them to come forward.
yes.
They will. They will.
And you say you never met them, but that's just in this physical
Right.
lifetime. But I do believe that we've met these people as their spirit family in other lifetimes and in the spirit world. I do remember being in the spirit world for 14 or 13 years before I was actually born. And I believe that I met my great grandmother in the spirit world because I knew who she was from the time I was born. But I thought she was my angel. But yeah, I do believe that we meet them and we're with them in the spirit world and we have other lives with these people. And that's why when you meet people sometimes and it feels as though you've known them forever and you have this instant connection and you become like best friends, even though you've only known each other a month, it feels like a lifetime. It's because it's a
Mhm,
soul connection. You've had a soul life together. That's what I believe.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. And um, how exciting is this? I'm loving this conversation. I mean, we started talking about restore and revitalizing, and that is about asking your spirit team, your angel
Mhm.
guide team to help with, helping give you time, creating time in your schedule to where you can find balance, where you can like regroup or adjust. So ask your spirit people for help.
Yeah. That's great. So there's a lot of questions in here still. We haven't even got to all of them yet. Uh, Mar- Maria Maria said, that's right. I wanted to read this. She says, "I see my family members' B-days or addresses, and I know who it's from by the numbers. I also see 111 and 1111 and 111. What does this mean?" So I use an amazing numerology site that this woman channeled spirit for these messages and combined it with numerology. I'm going to post it in the comments here and you can look up any number you want. This woman's amazing and the way she put it together, I think you'll love it. I'm not a numerologist, so I'm going to leave it. This is my favorite site. I've been using it for over 10 years now. But
Um,
that's but 111, isn't that like the angels are by your side?
Well, when it's 11:11 all the time and I'm looking at my clock, I'm like, "It's 11:11," and whoever I'm
Yeah.
talking to on the phone or I'm like,
Yeah.
"Everyone stop, it's 11:11," like, make a
Yep.
wish. I always make a wish on 11:11 because I feel like the angels are here but they're here all the time and they give me, they talk to me through numerology. They help me understand that, yep, you're here, Cheryl, you're doing great. We're right here with you. It's a reminder, it's a confirmation. It's to let me know, hey, I'm being thought of. Someone's on the other side thinking about me. I must be doing something, that's helpful. Because for me, it just gives me an energy boost, whether it's 333 or 555. I mean, I just feel so connected with numbers and with angels and guides and connecting with the divine, with the universe. I think numerology, it's very, very interesting.
Yes. I just posted a meaning from her site. I love it. It's a wake-up call.
Is it a wake-up call?
Yes, I love it. I mean, it's just I love this. There's many different meanings she has in there, but this one stood out. Many people associate the repeating 1111 with a wake-up call, a code of activation and or an awakening code, or a code of consciousness. It can also be seen as a key to unlock the subconscious mind. It reminds us that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience rather than physical beings embarking upon a spiritual experience. Isn't that amazing?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's such a challenging time we are in right now, specifically that, whatever you're praying for or sending love to, it really does matter. I mean, not more now than ever. It always matters, but that it does have an effect. And that's really, I think, what something that I always like to share with people is, understanding that being in the present moment means about using your energy in a co-creator way, right? Like, how we always talk about manifesting, right, Kelley? Like co-creating, you're manifesting, but you can manifest by praying. You can manifest by sending good for people, right? Manifesting for others, right? Asking your angels to talk to their angels to help out the situation, right? Like I always ask my angels, can you go talk to their angels for
Right.
some help, please?
Yeah. I love that. I think that when my friend was very ill in the hospital, she was in a coma for 3 months, I would sit and meditate, and I would talk to my angels, and then I would talk to her my angels would go talk to her angels, and then they would come back and report to me how she was doing, and I thought it was kind of cool. All the information I got, because I journaled it all, was so accurate. When she came out of the
Mhm.
coma, she kept saying she knew I was there
Mm,
the whole time.
how
So I think,
beautiful.
if you have somebody you're worried about, or if we want to send love to everybody that's being, you know, hurt in the war that's happening in Israel, you can just sit and do a nice little meditation and talk to your angels and talk to the guides and talk to the universe and send all this love and whatever you want to, bring to them, just send it out there and they will feel it. Maybe not right away, but I think people will feel it.
I almost feel like it creates and it manifests, like it creates that snowball effect, or it gains energy, or it gains volume. It just kind of the momentum of it, when you say a prayer or wish someone well or healing, it goes out into the universe, and the universe adds to it. It backs you up. It helps you co-create, so to speak. So you do your part. Once again, do your part, and the
Yes.
universe will certainly do theirs.
I love it. I love it. It's great conversation. I like how when we do our show, we kind of just like go with the flow and it goes in its own journey. The
Mhm.
conversations and the questions and you know. Hi Janet. um let's see. It's 7:50. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, where did the time go?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even
I thought it
notice.
was 7:30. So this is what
Oh my god.
happens. We just get talking and then before we know it, it's 8 o'clock.
This program tonight, I think, shifted something. I just feel it shifted something in me or with other people listening. Like, it was such an effective program because we did cover a variety of topics, but I do feel that tonight was kind of a heart to heart, conversation, I don't know, a coffee table conversation, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Well, I don't have any events to share, but I mean, I shared my big news. And I would just like to ask everybody, I mean, nothing scary, but I do have this little heart monitor thing that I have to wear for a month. So just send
Mhm.
prayers that they find nothing and that my heart's perfect, please.
Yes, thank you very much for
Yes.
everyone.
Yes.
And just to remind everyone, we'll be at the New York Expo coming up October
Yay.
27th through the 29th. If we can go live Facebook from there, Kelley,
We
that would be
will.
fun.
Yes.
Just to say hi to everyone on our Facebook,
Yep.
just hoping we have good Wi-Fi but look, it's been a pleasure with being with all of you tonight. We always want to encourage you to go to our website, seeingbeyondradio.com, and sign up for our mailing list. Or if you'd like, you can go go to Kelley's website, mediumkelly.com, and sign up for her newsletter, as well as my website, mediumcheryl.com. And we always love it if you can subscribe to our YouTube channels or like our Facebook pages and share this information, this beautiful program that we always want to create to really help people understand what Kelley and I know as our mediumship develops, and we do more readings for you each week and more mediumship or psychic readings. We always appreciate you sharing our show with your friends and family. So thank you.
Thank you. And just a reminder, we posted up there because we're going to be in New York. We're not going to do a live show, but we'll probably post a replay. We're going to pick our favorite show or one that did really well and that people loved. And we will post that on there, and it'll play next week at this time. So if you want to watch that, you can. And don't forget, you can always listen to the show while you're driving on your favorite podcasting app. We're getting them all up to date. Brianna is. We're getting on a schedule here with Podbean. I got it all set up. So really check that out. Sometimes I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving instead of the radio.
So look, Suzanne is just saying, boy, I needed this tonight. Thank you, ladies. And that's okay. Thank you, ladies. I feel a little bit lighter. And really, it is about the sharing and the caring and the energy, right? So this is all about the divine frequency of love and the universe, and working and asking, calling our angels and guides. They probably, had something to do with tonight's program, wanting to let you know that they're here to help you. So probably wanting to remind you.
And then somebody said, love the program, maybe tips for dealing with the holidays during grief for future program. We did a show on that last year. Maybe we'll play that one next week.
I'd love that. Would be great. And look, for everyone listening, if you have ideas or guests that you would like to we'd like to have on our show, please let us know if you have any topics or areas of discussion that you would like us to talk about or teach or, do readings on even. We always appreciate your input, and really this show is for you and to share what we know, of course. But if you have ideas that we haven't mentioned yet on the program, please send us those ideas.
Oh, and don't forget, next week, or not this weekend, next weekend, when we're in Brooklyn, New York, we're both doing a free talk. So if you go to the New Life Expo, come listen to us talk. Cheryl's talk sounds amazing, and I'm definitely going to that. You're going to talk about our superpowers?
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about unlocking your superpowers and using your intuition, and I'll be doing some fun things like that, and I'll be doing readings as part of my talk, and I think the same for you, Kelley. You're going to be doing readings on your talk, and you're talking about the soul's journey. Am I right?
Yes. I believe that's what I'm talking about. I don't know the exact title of mine. I just love the title of yours. I can't remember the title of mine now, but I will be talking about our soul's journey, and I will be doing readings for the audience members. And I think they're 45-minute talks.
Yeah. Oh, our 45 minutes. So they'll go by quick.
45 minutes to an hour. I can't remember, but it's somewhere around there. But it's a free talk. So if you're going to the expo, come see us. Come listen to us talk. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Have a beautiful holiday. Have a beautiful Halloween. We probably won't see you till the 31st of October. We'll be back live on October 31st.
Halloween night.
Oh my God.
Should we wear a costume?
Perhaps.
I'm gonna put my fairy crown and fairy hair on.
Perhaps. That would be fun.
I do my hair like a fairy.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yes. Well, thank you, everybody.
Namaste. Have a beautiful evening. You've been watching Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. We'll see you next Wednesday with a replay of tonight's show or another show that people were asking about. But we'll see you back here live October 31st.
No, Brianna says it's November 1st.
Oh, sorry, November 1st. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Brianna. It's on a Wednesday.
We don't know our dates.
We don't know our dates.
Good night, everybody.
If you can make it to the expo, we'll see you in New York.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.